right, listen, Manny, they asked Manny, we only got one recruit for what, 22 class?
So far, yeah.
We only got one so far. And they asked Manny, was he concerned? And he said, nah, there wasn't any concern. Why do you think he said that?
I mean, he basically said it because, you know, a lot of kids aren't properly evaluated right now because due to COVID, so they're not looking at kids. The dead period, kids can't visit schools.
Right.
Which is basically what he said. He said he don't want to take a bunch of commits. And then once the dead period ends, now kids can start visiting schools, and then you're going to have a bunch of kids decommitted.
Right.
That's basically what he's saying. So, you know, he want kids to be like, go take your visits, go enjoy your stuff. But, you know, when you commit, just that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he want.
Yeah.
But obviously it don't work like that. But that's how he doing it. And then.
So when you going at the girl, right? You be like, nah, man, first semester of school, I'm gonna let all the other dudes get they shot at her. Then I'm gonna come through in the third semester and I'm gonna holler at her. That what you do when you go at the girl?
No.
So
no, I mean that's.
So why many chasing the women like that, huh? Listen, we've been talking about something the last few months, man, transfer portal, and I think that thing is causing some constipation and confusion in the recruitment room. Cause it's like,
I don't think it's causing confusion because obviously they have an idea of what they want to do. We get Tim Burns decommits, and now it's we don't got a corner in the class, but obviously they knew they was gonna get a corner.
Right.
They didn't go after no other corners.
Right.
So they obviously know something that we don't know, that the fans don't know or whatever.
Right. I'm sure they count these numbers like you just got the decommit from Jamal Johnson. They count these numbers. They can foresee these numbers. They maybe don't be on all these kids when they supposed to, like Chad Wilson just told us with Quincy Wilson. But they know the numbers of what they have and what they don't have. I just feel that with that transfer portal sitting there, it's an elephant in the room. And it's like, let's be sure when we fill this spot. Before we fill this spot, let's be sure that Bubba Bolden, Deriq King, Phillips is not sitting in the portal. And that's just how I feel. Nobody ain't told me that, but it only makes sense. You understand? So the time before high school kids, I think, is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, the window to get recruited. All right, man, y'all make sure y'all follow us, hit subscribe, and turn your YouTube notifications on, man. Caneville. All right, man, Footballville, Caneville, we back. X, I'm D. And listen, press conference the other day, they asked Manny and Lashley basically who's standing out to him, and it went on his eyes lit up and he started saying about TVD. How TVD doing everything right. He's the strongest man in the weight room. Cleaning up the locker room, changing oil in the cars.
Basically,
he talk about all of that, right? And he said, so TVD, the backup quarterback, right? Why do you think Manny came out and said that?
I mean, maybe because he did look good. He did look good last year. He looked good last spring, especially throwing the ball. He looked outstanding. Got a full year to be there. He didn't have a full spring because last year they didn't have a full spring, but he looked good for the time. And as of now, he's our only quarterback who's had a full year in that system. Mm-hmm. So you're looking at it like, well, okay. We know once Deriq King is available, he's our guy.
Right.
But right now, TVD is basically our only healthy quarterback that's on scholarship besides, I think, Peyton, besides Peyton too, Patchen. Jay Garcia obviously is there, but he's going to be out probably a week or two. So the way they rave about him, I mean, it's something there because they said he was special last year. They like, man, he did something special about the kid. Now it's like they're animating him a lot more.
Right.
You seem to think it's about.
Yeah, I think a lot of times coaches use the media for reasons to get things out what they want to get out, whether it's to get back to the players, whether it's to get to the opponent, whether it's to get to the community. But I think I seem to think that they're saying that Deriq King is flying back. Last they say, hey, what's the record for a recovery from an ACL? They said whatever the record is, Deriq King gonna break it. Right. But I felt that he was getting it out there to give TVD some confidence because we may need you in the near future, or well, whether it's just we're gonna need you this spring to run this offense and make everything, you know what I'm saying, keep going and get you some meaningful reps. But I think they were trying to get to him. I think they were trying to get to him to let him know, hey, we believe in you.
To build his confidence.
Yeah, we believe in you. We done told everybody, all the paper's gonna print it, and then it gets out there, and then it gives him some confidence. That's how they use the media. Remember last year when Banda just kept saying to the media, if you don't tackle, you won't play. Remember that? And he was trying to get that across to somebody.
Well, obviously, that wasn't the case on the field because there was a lot of no tackling.
Right.
I mean, I can see it. I can see it as a confidence builder. But he, like I say, he's the only available quarterback that's starting off.
Right.
That we recruited highly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The passion is there, obviously. Lashley spoke about him being very athletic. Who knows? We didn't get to see much of him last year for the spring practices that we got to see. So we don't know much about him besides what they say. But we've seen Tyler Van Dyke. We've known him being highly recruited.
Right.
I mean, as of last year, he has probably the best arm talent. He got the best arm talent on our team right now. I don't know how good he is moving around in the pocket.
Right.
As far as with the zone read and all that, the RPOs. But arm talent wise, 6'5", 6 something like that.
Does he have to run in the offense?
You don't have to necessarily.
Right.
I mean, but it does help to move. You can't be Brad Kite. You know what I'm saying? Can't just be stuck. But the way they rave about him, you know, I don't know if it's so much of a confidence builder or is it just he's all we got after King. You know what I'm saying? So he played Bama first game. So how much do you want to build to say, oh well, he's this great, this and that, and you play Bama and Bama saying, oh yeah, he is. Oh okay. Right. Now we finna game plan for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So the other day on the morning show I do 6:30 to like 9 o'clock in the morning. Cam Kitchen's dad popped in. Said Cam Kitchen's about to shock the world, and I was like, no man, he can't shock the world. We already know the man can play. But he started talking about Aristide. He said, man, that man's a pest. I was like, what you mean? He was like, man, listen, Aristide was the reason that they were going to fly to Texas A&M during COVID. He said, that man, Aristide as a recruiter was very persistent. And it goes back to people saying how did he pull Amari, how did he pull? Well, I guess, you know what I'm saying, the dad said it. The dad said he's a very persistent recruiter. He also said that DVD initiated the recruitment. We've talked about that before. Initiated recruitment. He's the reason his son went to University of Miami. But he said Banda did a good job. He said Banda would watch film with his son. He said Banda did a good job.
Banda, you know, he's good. He's good. Obviously, I don't know, this is a joke, but don't take it too serious. Banda, he was a bartender. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Most bartenders know how to interact with. I mean, that's just true. But I mean, not taking that away from what Banda did. But most bartenders know how to interact with the crowd. Know how to interact with their. You know what I'm saying? They got clients. So Banda knows how to interact. Right. With the kids. He's a younger coach for one. So he know how to interact with kids. He's hip. You know, he's up to date with what's going on. So a lot of the kids do like that about him. You know
yes. So, but basically he was saying that DVD initiated it because they wasn't looking at Cam. But Banda had to take it over because that was his area. And that's what we see all the time, and we figure and we look at it and like, oh man, how you keep. But that's just how the system works. So Banda had to take it over. Banda gets the credit. Yada yada yada. But no, I mean, Morning Breath Show, man. We done had Warren Sapp pop in, Cam Kitchen's dad pop in. So y'all check us out, man, every morning on YouTube. But listen, we're about to get up out of here, man. Anything else, man?
Practice start Monday.
Practice start Monday, right?
Monday. We without 3 players. Mallory. Nesta.
Al Blades.
Al Blades. It's official, man. He just said that Avante Williams is available.
Yeah, and Harold is a cornerback, right?
Harold's a cornerback. LeVar Donaldson is practicing. He's healthy now. They say he's looking good out there. The battles we're going to have at linebacker, wide receiver. Basically, the way the way Diaz spoke, everything is about. Every position is about. We know. Obviously
that's how he made it seem.
We'll see. Of course, we got media access, but it's only a limited. We don't know. It's gonna be a spring game. I think April 17th, something like that.
At the stadium.
At the Hard Rock. Don't know if it's gonna be fans yet. We still working on our live show. We might do it in April, actually. We might do our first live show in April, so y'all stay tuned for that. Got some new ideas for some shirts coming out pretty soon.
That's about it.
Oh yeah, we coming out with Footballville 5 stars from South Florida. We'll have that list to y'all pretty soon. That's about it.
That's about it, man. Y'all stay locked in, man. Hit the like button and share for us, man. Make sure you hit subscribe and turn on your YouTube notification.
Make a play next week. Fort Myers.
March 20th, make a play going on in Fort Myers, man. You're running 7-on-17, man. Y'all come get locked in with us. All right, man. We out.
It's gonna take 3 motherfucking days, and that's what? This nigga bullshit. I say, big time players step up and